Hello and welcome to another Fantasy Premier League video. My name is Mo and this is my channel FPL Inkling, and today I'm going to be continuing on with my club by club guide, and today's team is my personal favourite, my club, my childhood club, Manchester United. Now before we get stuck in guys and I'll go through all the player profile and review and stats from last season, just going to go through the formalities. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've been here for the first time, I'd like to welcome you to FPL Inkling. Thank you for clicking onto my video and viewing my content. If you want to join the channel, hit that subscribe button, be part of the FPL Inkling family. We are growing day in, day out. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up icon, and if you want to get the latest notifications for my content, then it's pretty simple. All you got to do is hit that bell icon and get the latest notifications. So let's not waste any further time guys, and let's get stuck in to Manchester United's club by club player guide. So let's start from the goalkeepers. So we'll start with the formalities, start with the tradition, which we always do. So we're going to start with David De Gea. Now for me, as a United fan, he's still my number one. There's a debate of who's going to be number one this season, so I'm going to go through both goalkeepers, their underlying stats, and what kind of makes them stand out, and who I think should be the first choice. Now, some managers have already contacted me and saying that they're going for a draft where they're going to have De Gea and Henderson in, because the price this season for both goalkeepers have been 5 mil. I think which is pretty decent, to be fair, considering they're both Manchester United goalkeepers, and Manchester United have had a really good couple of seasons in terms of clean sheets as well. So from that aspect, yes, of course. This was the first season since, the last at least, 8 seasons that I know that De Gea kind of hasn't been the first choice. But in terms of for me, I think he does warrant to be number one goalkeeper for Manchester United. And it proved it in the Europa League final when he was selected ahead of Dean Henderson himself. So let's go through it, guys. He's owned by 1.7% of managers. He got a total of 91 points last season. Points per game, he got 3.57. Now, for a 5 mil goalkeeper, it seems about the right amount of points to get. Only got 9 clean sheets, but I think he can actually be better than that this season. In terms of fixtures, we can go through them. I think United have a pretty favourable start all the way up to game week 4. So they've got Leeds, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle. Game week 5, they got West Ham away, which is kind of like the bogey team of Manchester United. But I think they won away there last season after being 2-0 down at half time. So hopefully could get a good result there, followed by Aston Villa, Everton, Leicester, and then they got some real tough fixtures where there is Liverpool, Tottenham, Man City. So the first 11 games don't look that easy for Manchester United, and in game week 13 they've got Chelsea away as well, which hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Manchester United. So for me personally, as a United fan, I haven't chosen De Gea in goal or Henderson, but I can understand the reasons why someone would like to spend 10 million of their budget on these two goalkeepers, as they know that at least one of them will play and it's for Manchester United. But then I have a question: that do you really want to put 10% of your budget into two goalkeepers who you'll only be using one week in, week out? Would you rather not pay 4.5 mil and then 4 mil on a goalkeeper that that probably won't pay, but at least that 4.5%, 4.5 mil of that budget that you're spending is being utilised? I don't know, that's just the way I see it. But it's your choice, guys. But I can understand managers who do want to go down that path of having these two keepers in their squad. And number 2, we've got Dean Henderson, owned by quite slightly higher managers, 3.5% ownership, 5 million price, and he got 44 points last season. 4 clean sheets, and points per game for him was 3.52, so just slightly lower than David De Gea. He got, in terms of bonus points, he only got 1 bonus point itself. So is he United's number one? For me, he's not just yet, but we'll have to wait and see. That's why I thought I'd give you a bit of stats behind it. Even points per game wise, De Gea did get better stats compared to Dean Henderson. And to be fair, I still can't forget that goal that Salah scored against him at Old Trafford. How he left so much of the goal open, I still don't know. But he's got a long way for me to go to be the Manchester United's number one at least. Right, let's start from the defender. So the highest scoring defender last season for Manchester United was Aaron Wan-Bissaka with 144 points respectively. He's owned by 12.4% of managers at the moment, and he's priced at 5.5 mil. So most of United defenders are priced at 5.5 mil. That's the highest price for the defenders. 5 assists, 2 goals last season. Now for me, that's his highest returns in terms of kind of goals and assists in a season. And he played pretty much week in, week or every week for Manchester United. He got 13 clean sheets with 11 bonus points. Now, points per game for Wan-Bissaka, he got 4.23 points per game, which is quite fair. Again, not so friendly fixtures to start off with, but they will get tougher from game week 5 onwards for me. So, double United defence. I've tried it in a draft before. I've had it in my draft. Let's wait and see. So I'm pretty hopeful with him as well. And number 2, the club captain, Harry Maguire, second highest defender in terms of points scored for United last season, 5.5 million price, owned by 7% of managers, 124 points, and his points per game was 3.66. And he got 2 goals and 2 assists last season as well. He gets a lot of chances from set pieces. His headers, they usually go astray. If he started converting a lot more of those, then those stats will definitely improve year in, year out. Moving on to Luke Shaw, for me, the player of the season for Manchester United last season, one of the players of the tournaments for England in the Euros this year that took place. 5.5 mil, generous price from FPL this season. I thought he would have been 6 mil minimum. 40% of managers have him already, and he got 124 points last season, 5 assists, 1 goal conceded. 1 goal scored, and 33 conceded with 10 clean sheets. So points per game for Luke Shaw was 4.20, and he's definitely in all of my squads drafts that I've made. I don't see it changing either, and he's got a really good chance of getting some good returns, I think. And I generally believe that this is a really good chance for him this season. He got 6 returns last year. I think he can get 10 this year. So whether that's 5 goals, 5 assists, or 8 assists and 2 goals, I reckon he can get 10 returns this season, especially after the Euros he's just had. He's getting better day in, day out, and I just expect much more from him this season. Now moving on to Bruno Fernandes. Now Bruno Fernandes, for me, high scoring point scorer last season in the game for FPL, 244 points itself. 18 goals, 14 assists, played over 3,100 minutes. Pretty much starts playing week in, week out. 40.6% of managers own him now. Penalties is a strong point. Yes, he gets assists as well, and he dictates games. 36 points in terms of bonus points. Yes, he kind of lost form last season, in the last part of the season. But you know what? You can't ignore him because of his stats. From the half a season before last season, he is just an absolute asset to have. And United generally play through him. And I think, an in-form and a happy Bruno will make this team look solid. And, if you've got players like Sancho coming in already, who are pretty much nailed on to sign. So you've got Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood, Bruno, Martial, Cavani, Pogba. That's 8 players, that I've just listed right there in terms of an attack in a sense that we have. That is phenomenal. You've also got Luke Shaw who's going to be coming around as well. But the main play usually takes place through Bruno himself. He's a penalty taker, free kicks, indirect free kicks, corners. He's there or thereabouts. And he's not going to be the one who's going to be rotated for sure. 12 mil. He's gone up by 1.5 mil from last year's price, but I think it's a fair price. And he might be, high ownership at the moment, and I think his ownership will go up because he will get the returns for most managers in FPL. So that's why, he's someone I'm definitely having in my team. He might not be the captain initially, based on the fixtures, but who knows? I might bring him in based on just his form in terms of captaincy itself as well. Now, the second highest point scorer for Manchester United from the midfield was Marcus Rashford, 174 points. 6.1% of managers own him at the moment, and he's priced at 9.5 mil, which I think is a very decent price for him. 11 goals, 11 assists last season, and if you look at his points per game, he got 5.37. Basically, with Marcus Rashford he'll have quiet games. You'll have many games where he'll just be 2 points, 3 points, 2 points, 3 points, but then out of the blue, he'll have a 20-point game, 18 points. And that's the games you've got to really look out for, is when he does go big, he does indeed go big. So you can't really ignore him from that prospect. And he's an absolutely amazing human being. He's got, he's done some really good work off the pitch. But when he is on the pitch, he does do well. He does get criticised for missing. I'm one of those critics. Yes, when I'm passionate. Yes, when I'm hurt, I will criticise him for his finishing. But still got 11 goals last season. There's no reason why he can't beat his 17 goals the season before. So we'll just have to wait and see how he performs this season. But I've got my eye on him at the moment. Will I bring him into my squad is yet to be seen. We're going to go through Jesse Lingard. Yes, he's in the West Ham kit there. It's not really decided what he's going to be doing this season, but last season he did have a great spell after January with West Ham where he got game time. 5.7% of managers are owning him at the moment because they're pretty nailed on or sure that he will be going back to West Ham, but nothing's confirmed just yet, guys. 106 points he got last season, 9 goals, 5 assists, 6.7 goals, 6.7 points per game, not goals per game, but that would be a mad stat. 6.7 points per game. So, Lingard, he showed some form. Does he need to go back away from United to get the best out of him? We'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, he's listed as a United player, so that's why I've kind of gone through his stats as well. Next one, it's going to be Mason Greenwood. Now, he's going to be also the star recommendation for me, along with Bruno, upcoming in talent. Will he get the minutes? That's waiting to be seen. But last year, he did finish on a high. Only 106 points over the season, 5.26 points per game when he did play. 7.5 million price, which is quite generous. I reckon this season he might get the nod to go up front himself. With 7 goals and 2 assists, he averaged around 5.26, which I think can get better this season. So Mason Greenwood had a tough little spell, with the international duty, losing faith from Gareth Southgate, not playing so well, losing his form from Manchester United as well. So it wasn't a great kind of like start of the year itself, considering how well he finished the season before that. But as the season progressed, he did get more minutes, he scored more goals, got involved with the game, and he ended up with 9 bonus points as well. So he was quite impactful for United near the end of the season. So that's why I've considered him. He's kind of like my star recommendation. Will I bring him in? Yet to be seen. Or will I favour someone like a Rafinha or a Harrison from Leeds? So Greenwood, great prospect upcoming. He didn't really play much part in Euros itself, so he should be pretty fresh for the start of the season. Let's wait and see. Last but not least, we're going to be going for Henderson Cavani. Now, he's owned by 15.1% of managers already, only 8.5 million price, 99 points last season, so he's averaging 6.53 points per game, 10 goals, 4 assists. He's an absolute professional. This guy is a machine. Thorough, professional, on the pitch, does the job. He's an FPL manager's dream. Now, if only he could have got more minutes, I reckon he would have probably got around the 150 points mark. But 8.5 is quite generous. Is there better strikers out there for prices similar or better? So let's go through some options. For 8.5 mil, you're spending on Cavani. For 8 mil, you can get Bamford or DCL, which I think will get more minutes. So I think that's a better option. Ollie Watkins, 7.5 mil. I think that potentially, based on the price and the number of minutes he'll play, in terms of overall points for the season, I think that's a better option. Antonio, injury prone, probably not. Who else is there? Probably Werner at 9 mil. Again, it depends on how his form goes. But I think Edison Cavani shouldn't be ignored if you are someone who's looking to bring him in as a differential. He's owned by 15% of managers already, which is quite high ownership for a striker, to be fair, who doesn't really play week in, week out. Is he a kind of striker that people are going to play and have like reserves on the bench to kind of like come on and cover if he doesn't play? That will be worth seeing, guys. And he got 14 bonus points as well, which is quite refreshing to see from a super sub or a player who doesn't play week in, week out. So that for you guys are the players' guide for Manchester United. What were your thoughts? Have I gone through the players you wanted me to go through? Have I missed any players that you guys wanted to go through? Let me know. Drop me some comments. Contact me on my social media, YouTube, which is here. You got Twitter and Instagram itself. Join the league, guys. Join the league if you haven't joined already. The league code's right at the bottom. Go onto the FPL website, type in that league code, and join the FPL Inklink League. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel just yet, hit that subscribe button, help me grow this channel. Hit the like button if you like the video, and also hit that notifications bell icon if you want to get the latest notifications. So that was my Manchester United players guide for this club by club guide. Let me know what your thoughts were. Been absolutely great. I'll be back, guys, with some more content. Till then, take care of yourselves and best of luck with FPL.